Hello. Yeah, am I audible now? I think so. I am. Yeah, perfect. I don't know what's happening. So again, for the recording purpose, we will go forward for this book is this book came down to me. This is a book review by Giftology. This book is a Kindle version of what I have read, and we'll very fast go on to the John Rulin who has written the book. So coming on to the point of the gift, why gift is very important symbol of a relationship, और इसमें सबसे ज्यादा बात की गई है गिफ्ट बुक की बिजनेस में बिजनेस के बारे में. So I'll just no. So this is a story which starts with कि एक बहुत बड़ा मार्केटिंग गुरु होता है जो उसको जॉन रोलिन को मिलना होता है, पर वो मिल नहीं सकता बिकॉज इज अ वेरी पॉपुलर बिजनेस गाय. सो वो क्या करता है कि भाई उसको कैसे अपने आप पे अट्रैक्ट किया है. अगर वो नॉर्मल रूट पे जाता तो महीने लग जाते उससे मिलने के लिए. तो उसने बहुत सारी एक सेशन में वो गए, वहां पे बहुत सारे लोग थे, वहां पे इकट्ठा हुए थे और सब उसके साथ बात कर रहे थे. तो जॉन बुलिन ने उसको एक क्वेश्चन पूछा कि एक्सक्यूज मी सर, व्हाट इज योर शर्ट साइज. और जब ऐसा ऑब्सक्योर क्वेश्चन आपके पास आता है तो आप जनरली रिवर्ट करते हो बिकॉज somebody is asking something which is very different to what it is regularly. जनरली सेशन के बाद एंड होता है कि भाई मैं कैसे अपने बिजनेस को करूं, मैं आपकी फैन हूं, ये एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. So he did something which is very very terrific, and that is how he got the size. So now what he did was that he found out that where he generally shops from, कहाँ से वो शॉपिंग करता है. So he generally shops from MX. सो एमएक्स से वो $7,000 के जितने भी बेस्ट शर्ट्स, ट्राउजर शर्ट्स, स्वेट शर्ट्स, ब्लेजर्स थे वो लेके आ गया और उसके होटल रूम में उसने रख दिए. कट शॉर्ट टू द पॉइंट, when he came he was so amazed by his hospitality and he directly wanted to meet him. He met him. Now he is a friend, or he is a business partner of John. So this shows that how you can how gift is so impactful for starting a relationship or maintaining the relationship. So this was one of the very good example to start with. Whatsoever you want to talk about, as long as you want, means उसने ये बोला अभी तो why gift giving and gift giving and those little touches, uh, commemorate not just a certain events but people, places and things that are important to us. Go back to our deepest history and you will see it even during biblical times. It's बहुत साल पहले, before Christ, as as social beings, gift having remained a near universal for people regardless of their origin. It's a great example of how reciprocity is being exchanged, means the feelings of each other is being exchanged. So how do you make sure that the person of the receiving end is of giving is clear on the intent of your gift? Means आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि आप जो दे रहे हो, आपका जो भाव है वो समझ में आ सकता है. पर यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि अगर आप नहीं दोगे तो भाव समझ में आएगा ही नहीं, पर स्टिल देयर इज एन प्रोबेबिलिटी के आप अगर दोगे तो देयर इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी के आपका भाव समझ में आ सकता है. Because when someone does something nice for you, what's your first response? Usually you also want to do something nice to him or her. The same applies in the business world. Yeah, I get it. You are probably thinking, but how does that not come off as being really manipulated? Means आप सोच रहे होगे यार गिफ्ट देना तो मैनिपुलेटिव हो गया, मैंने कुछ कुछ अच्छा किया, मैं एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ रिटर्न में अच्छा. But then it's a type of the business also we are into, give and take, give and take, give and take. So like I am bluntly trying to buy your business by giving you as a gift. Simple. Thinking about the relationship you had when you were dating, when you have ever been in a relationship, you tend to surprise the other person by little gifts every now and then. Most of the time we do that. Most of the time after marriage we don't surprise. For the first 3 years we surprise, baki फिर नहीं करते, इसीलिए फिर बोलते हैं कि रिलेशनशिप में मजा नहीं आ रहा है, because we don't surprise each other by small gifts. We only surprise on birthdays and anniversaries. और ये बुक में लिखा गया है कि when somebody is expecting a gift, वो टाइम पे अगर आप गिफ्ट दो तो उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. You have to give gift when this person is not expecting, and that's how the value is created. The overall goal of giftology is to make someone feel special and acknowledged by gifting them practical luxuries. सो ये बुक में लिखा भी गया है कौन सी टाइप की गिफ्ट देनी चाहिए, कौन सी टाइप की गिफ्ट नहीं देनी चाहिए, और ये हम आगे जाएंगे बुक रिव्यू में. सो हाउ डू यू हाउ यू डू एनीथिंग इज हाउ यू डू एवरीथिंग. मीन्स आप जो थोड़ा चीज कैसे करते हो हर एक चीज ऐसे ही करते हो. रिसेंटली माई बिजनेस पार्टनर रियलाइज्ड, मीन्स जो ये ऑथर है जॉन, उसके बिजनेस पार्टनर हमेशा अपने एम्प्लॉय को बोलते थे कि आपको रिट्ज कार्ल्टन जैसी लोगों को सर्विस देनी चाहिए अपने क्लाइंट को. फिर उसको पता चला कि रिट्ज कार्ल्टन तो वो कभी लेके ही नहीं गए उसके एम्प्लॉय को, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम रिट्ज कार्ल्टन इज अ वेरी वेरी प्रीमियम होटल, मोस्ट एम्प्लॉय कांट अफोर्ड. सो वो उसको लेके गए, उसको दिखाया कि व्हाट इज द टाइप ऑफ द सर्विसेज यू रिच कार्ल्टन गिव एंड व्हाट इज द टाइप ऑफ द सर्विसेज आपको अपनी कंपनी में देना है. सो आप अगर कंपनी में एक्सपेक्ट करते हो कि आपकी कंपनी का स्टैंडर्ड सर्विस स्टैंडर्ड ये हो, यू टू शो हिम, आई थिंक सो वन ऑफ द बेस्ट सर्विसेज रिसेंटली आई हैव सीन in a restaurant is barbecue nation. So generally, barbecue nation is for example, if somebody has gone, you would have vouched it that they are the epitome of giving services in a restaurant business. It was important for us to do this for one simple reason. It is very difficult for someone to want to deliver five-star services if they have never experienced it themselves. Happy employees have happy services. So ये इसमें एक बताया गया है जो बहुत इनोवेटिव है. I loved it. Treating your employees will be a top priority for you, which is why we pay to have their houses cleaned every week. Means US में, यूके में अपने घर तो हम मेड आती है, यहाँ पे तो डोमेस्टिक हेल्प आती है, वहां पे तो डोमेस्टिक हेल्प होता नहीं है. सो दिस कंपनी डज व्हाट, दे दे एवरी वीक में एक बार उसका होम क्लीनिंग वो करवाते हैं. एंड वो बोलते हैं कि इफ हैप्पी एम्प्लॉइज हैव हैप्पी families, and eventually the happy works comes down to the point. And you have to give a gift which is exceptionally priceless. Means आज मैंने for example एक chocolate का डिब्बा दिया, it's not priceless, I also can go and buy it, yeah, right? So to give something which is exceptionally priceless, it can be like home cleaning services. Like for US, means if you will vouch it, अगर आपको US के बंदे को बोलो कि किसी को home cleaning services दिया है, they would be so happy that somebody is giving a home cleaning services. India it may not be, but India there are a lot of things which it can't be. I'll give you an example. हम अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जब सोच रहे थे कि हमको ऐसी कोई गिफ्ट देनी है कि जो इनोवेटिव हो और यू कांट बाय विथ मनी. तो हम सोच रहे थे बुक दे, फ्लावर दे, केक दे. तो ये सब तो वो अगर वो बर्थडे पे उसको केक आता है ना, तो वो केक एक्चुअली आपका केक कोई खाएगा भी नहीं, बिकॉज वो बर्थडे में ऑलरेडी उसके पास बहुत सारी केक है. इज नॉट फीलिंग हेल्दी टू ईट लॉट ऑफ केक. सो गिविंग अ केक ऑन अ बर्थडे टू समवन डजंट मेक एनी सेंस. Or maybe a chocolate for sure, or for a bouquet, means that is a bouquet which will go to dump in 2 days for sure. So what you should give? So we came down with a very innovative idea of giving a real bank note to them with a bank, with a number on it, which is DDMMYY of it. Now we got a contact and we got that note, and आज तक हमको जितने भी clients मिलते हैं वो बोलते हैं यार आपकी वो note है ना, वो मेरे desk पे पड़ी है. It could be a 10 rupees note, but then 10 rupees note which has its DDMMYYY, like my is 2102 Come on, that note number is 2102 that is priceless. So ये book वही बोलती है कि when you give a gift to someone, it should be excessively priceless. Means something which he cannot buy, and वो उसको उब नहीं गया है. So that is where giftology comes to the place. Let's say I have a client with an executive assistant who is responsible for the ordering gift. We recommend it to their client base कि भाई वो executive assistant को भी वो gift दे जो client को भी देते हैं. When you stay at a nice hotel, you appreciate your janitor, front desk, everything cleaning, good morning. It makes a world of difference with your overall experience when you are showing that a company believes the importance of small touches. None of these things should be considered tokens. They are not merely little things, they are everything. Means आपको ऑफिस में कैसे ग्रीट होता है, आप ऑफिस में कोई आता है तो आप उसको गुड मॉर्निंग, नमस्कार, जो भी आपका जो रिचुअल्स है वो बोलते हैं कि नहीं है. This all small things makes a lot of sense when you are working, right? So giftology gives you the power to make people feel over the moon about a relationship with them, no matter who they are. The wise man does not lay up his own treasures. The more he gives to others, the more he has is for his own. Written by Lao Tzu. My philosophy is this: in baseball, you are Hall of Hammer. If you can get out of them, मीन्स सिंपल है, हम जो क्रिकेट में भी बोलते हैं कि अगर फॉर एग्जांपल 6 बॉल में से 2 बॉल में भी हिट कर दिया आपने तो द scores you can make it very well. Same is in giftology. From the 10 people you give gift, if 3 also hits and he has a great impression to it, business probability is very high. So he says that you don't need every gift to create a return for it's a successful investment. Means हर एक गिफ्ट आपको रिटर्न देगी ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. Sometimes it is just you need to give it and you give it. Is there a risk involved with doing gifting at a higher level? Of course, but you are going to focus on 10 people who might not appreciate your effort, or 90 who loves it. Means वही है कि भाई अगर किसी ने गलत ले लिया तो हाँ probability है, but there is also a probability that people will love it. Remember this: the people who will react negatively to your gifting efforts are most likely the same people who react negatively in any circumstances. So उसमें कुछ करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Conquer the angry one by not getting angry. ये सुपर्ब लाइन है, अगर आपको स्क्रीनशॉट भी लेना हो तो आप ले लो. Conquer the angry one by not getting angry. अगर जो गुस्से में है उसको कॉन्कर करना है तो आप गुस्सा मत करो. Conquer the wicked by the goodness. अगर वो खराब है तो आप अपनी गुडनेस से उसको कॉन्कर कर लो. Conquer the stingy by generosity. अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल वो क्या बोलते हैं, स्टिंगी मीन्स माइजर, माइजर मीन्स कंजूस. अगर वो कंजूस है तो आपकी जेनरोसिटी से आप कंट्रोल कॉन्कर कर लो. एंड द लायर, अगर वो लायर है तो आप उसके ट्रूथ से कॉन्कर कर लो. रिटन बाय द ग्रेटेस्ट ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट, मिस्टर गौतम बुद्ध. Here what I mean is the best response from the people when you gift them at unexpected times. So यही उसने बोला है. you know most of the times हमको गिफ्ट कब आती है? दिवाली में. We get gift in birthdays or anybody's. There are three times where we get gift, or maybe a calendar in new year, right? So I'll tell you one to one things what happens. One, when it is Diwali, most of the time when what I get gifts is dry fruits, chocolates, certain times something which is eatable, that can be some a goodies or cookies or something like that. Honestly, in most of the Diwali time, people feel obvious. They've already eaten so much worse thing. Now you give more chocolates to them or dry fruits to them. Honestly, what I do is that जितना भी gift कोई आता है और वो मुझे नहीं चाहिए, that can be distributed to the junior employees or the people who are into security or something like that. That doesn't have any value. I don't remember a gift which has been given, which was a simple gift, which was given by someone in last Diwali. So I'm not telling that this guy has not done good, so don't take me otherwise. My point is that whatever you give has to be so effective कि वो पूरी जिंदगी उसको याद रहना चाहिए. अभी उसमें बहुत मेहनत लगेगी, उसमें आपको बहुत काम करना पड़ेगा, पर जस्ट इमेजिन व्हाट यू डू, समथिंग यू डू एवरीथिंग लाइक दैट. सो अगर आप जस्ट वो बोल रहे हो कि यार देने के लिए मैंने वो काजू पिस्ता का बॉक्स भिजवा दिया है, man, that is a waste of money, that is not going to come. Now second comes in is birthday. You get cakes, you get chocolates, you get flowers. Now the same thing, last birthday I remember I had 7 cakes. Now 7 cakes eventually a human can't eat. uh, I can't eat one piece also, but yeah, I'll have small thing from everyone. Like in my office there is a cake cutting, and then there will be at home, and then there will be friend who will bringing on the cake, and most of the time you will eat the pie of it, and then you will give it to your domestic help or people around. Last time you won't believe, I had 7 cakes. उसमें से 4 cakes we went outside to get people who can whom we can give cake, that can be less fortunate people across. So ये है, तो उसमें भी याद नहीं रहता है. And then comes your anniversary where you get flowers and cakes. Again, this is the point. But now just imagine there is 5 birthdays of someone and you give one gift that is like blown away his mind, and that's how you create an impression which is out of the world. So now you should give only the gift at the expected times, that is Diwali, birthday, and no. So this book says that you should not give at that time. You should give when they have unexpected things out of the blue. Just imagine आपका कुछ नहीं है और you get a gift. The first question आपको आजू बाजू में लोग पूछेंगे is कि आज क्या है? And you say it's nothing. So why you get a gift? Because हमारा conditioning mind का ये है कि हमको गिफ्ट तभी मिलती है जब कुछ स्पेशल ओकेशन हो. So why not to make that person special occasion by giving certain gift which you wanted to give? It would be an entirely different story if I showed up at your house unexpectedly with a couple pizzas and six pack of beer on a random Tuesday. You know, of course, I know you would be thinking, but of course, US है तो वो beer पी सकते हैं, are allowed beer. It's a silly example, but it's true. If you're surprise people, it's amazing that come off as 10 out of 10. Means अगर आप उसको surprise करोगे, तो 10 out of 10 your score will be on even side. You would be putting a lasting impression. Take that bottle of really good wine that you are going to give at Christmas time and send it in the middle of the winter मींस आप जो क्रिसमस में देने वाले थे, जो हमारा दिवाली है जनरली, तो जब आप देने वाले थे वो तब मत दो. Give on the time when he or she is unexpecting it. I called it planned randomness in his office. When things happen unexpectedly, the receiver typically recognizes that the effort of the relationship itself, no string attached. Intentionally, in fact, many studies have shown that the things of relatively low value can trump things on monetary high value. Means आप कुछ भी specialized handcrafted दो या कोई भी चीज दो, he or she is going to love it because it's just specially from you. Now, for example, if I give him a thing which he can buy it, or maybe it is available on a Walmart or a D-Mart or something like that, or on an Amazon, that doesn't mean that he can buy it, but he will feel that okay, fine, it's just like that. So the untapped differentiator, there is always, this is a very real relationship, both quantitative and quantitatively, between what you contribute and what you get out of this world. Corporate gifting tends to be done very poorly and without much thought. It's as if everyone reads the same plain book. Means आप corporate gifting की बात करो, वो same ही चीज देंगे. और सबसे वर्स्ट ये इसमें लिखा गया है कि अगर आप corporate gifting करो, आप अपना लोगो मत डालो. जब आप अपना लोगो डाल रहे हो गिफ्ट में, तो वो गिफ्ट उसकी नहीं है, वो आप अपना मार्केटिंग एजेंडा उसको दे रहे हो. अब बहुत लोग टी शर्ट्स देते हैं जो उसमें एंग्रेव्ड है उसकी लोगो. नाउ कैन यू इमेजिन a HNI guy who is going to wear your t-shirts, no, is going to give to his domestic help only, and that is going to be used by them. So when you do a corporate gifting, do take care that don't put your logo. Rather, you keep it so customized that you have that frame of yours. और उसके नाम, उसका नाम, आपका नाम, मीन्स जिसका रिसीवर है उसका कुछ आप यूज करो, तो he will feel so much customized. Like I get this days pens which are customized by my name. Though I don't use much pen, but I don't give it to anyone, but it's customized because I'll keep it forever. That's how it is created. Don't be the person who sends Godiva chocolates during Thanksgiving. Godiva chocolates, you know, they're very popular in US, like our Cadbury in India. The same applies to the tendency to slap a corporate logo onto everything you give. That's the worst thing which I've learned from this book. Most CEOs and high-profile people are never going to wear a branded polo T-shirt. So this is what I was telling you. When you make gift all about you, it's not a gift. Means आपकी ही सब कुछ हो marketing, तो it's not a gift. It is just like, for example, बहुत लोग कैलेंडर्स बेचते हैं. कैलेंडर्स बेचते हैं, उसमें सब उसका ही प्रोडक्ट लिखा होता है. अभी कौन रखेगा एक कंपनी सामने वाली एक दूसरी कंपनी का कैलेंडर उसके सामने. बट जस्ट इमेजिन इफ दिस कैलेंडर इज मेड फॉर हिज कस्टमाइजेशन. लाइक recently we went to a marriage and they sent us a calendar which was 12 best pictures for ourselves, and still the year has gone, it is a 10 years old calendar, still we have kept that calendar because the calendar has a lot of pictures of ours, you know, collaborated pictures. Now, whenever I meet that relative of mine, I tell them that I forgot on the marriage, but I still remember the calendar. That's the price of a corporate gifting. Social scientist has actually categorized giving situation into two categories: transactional and relational. Nothing that each has very different connections to connotations to for the people. Igniting the spark. For for so many centuries, the exchange of gifts has held up together. It made it possible to bridge the abyss where language struggles. Means जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं होता है, वहाँ पे gift takes a lot of importance. When done throughoutly, a strategically gift has the amazing potential to spark your company's growth. तो वो लोग की स्ट्रेटेजी ये है, कि जितना भी क्लाइंट जितना भी उसको रेवेन्यू देता है, उसका 5% they are going to put into giving gift to them. So for example, if a client is giving 1 lakh dollar of revenues to them, they are going to spend 5,000 rupees in this year for a relationship gift for them. It can be customized, it can be whatever it can be. But I'm sorry, but for them, they've seen that that 5,000 gift can eventually spark more than 50,000 of more revenues in coming time, just because they are going to continue with them. When you give someone something that he or she will love daily, that's 365 days possible impression per year for the price of one gift. The return is priceless. In fact, it's not unusual for us to have people commenting on things we sent them a decade ago. Means कुछ भी है जो आप use कर सकते हो 365 days, which is not your stuff, which is his stuff, and he can remember every time he uses it. That's where something is brilliant. So this is one of the very big revelation. I have taken people out of expensive dinners and that $1,500 bill, and outside of being thanked that night, I heard nothing from them. उसने $1,500 के अमेजिंग होटल में डिनर पे लेके गया, पर कुछ नहीं हुआ, and then he gave a $200 customized gift to him or her, and then the relation has a spark. We make living by what we get, we make a life by what we give, written by Winston Churchill. So हम जो जीते हैं, जो हमको मिलता है, पर हमारी life will be remembered of how much you have given. It happens even when you get actual face time with someone. You might have had a dinner with a client, but within 24 hours, 30-second messages have potentially eclipsed yours. It's one of the key to giftology. The tangible gifts your client hold in your hands become, means जो आप hold कर सकते हो, वो आप छू सकते हो. That is the gift you need to work on for. All through those gifts, you can engage them not just in that moment, but as time goes in. Don't break the bank. वो बोलते हैं कि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि आप फॉर एग्जांपल सब कुछ वो लुटा के उसको रोलेक्स की वॉच दे दो या मर्सिडीज बेंज दे दो या एप्पल का i11 प्रो दे दो. नहीं, यू डिसाइड व्हाट इज योर बजट एंड देन गो फॉरवर्ड फॉर इट. नाउ आप ऐसा सोचोगे कि यार फॉर एग्जांपल फॉर कंपनी लाइक मी हु ओनली डील विद एक्सटेंसिवली HNI पीपल. Now for them to give a small thing, or for example small commercial thing, will not be great. We have to give something very specific, different. Now आप ऐसा सोचोगे यार 25,000 की रोलेक्स दूं, तो वो तो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते हैं. 1,000 की फॉसिल वो पहनेगा नहीं, तो हम क्या करें? Try to get a gift which is specifically a very customized for them, which maybe they would have not got. Try to get into what they like, what they dislike, and then you specifically go forward for it. I still remember, I have a book can be an amazing gift if he's a reader. Like for example, if that person is going through a problem in specific thing, a, a book to relating to that creation of problem is a great thing. पर अगर फॉर एग्जांपल आप किसी को भी कोई भी बुक दो दोगे तो वो पढ़ेगा नहीं, बिकॉज वो उसको कनेक्ट होनी चाहिए. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ समबडी इज हैविंग अ हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम एंड यू गिव देम अ बुक, is you give them a book specifically called Ayurveda Everyday, which we did the last third of the book review. It can be great for him. और for example किसी को investing trading का problem है, तो उसको for example आप book दे दो. I'll just promote my book over here, is 212 Degree The Complete Trader. It can be extensively superior for him. Something which he can't buy specifically, and that is very innovative, or something which you care for. So many people say, well, I have 100 people whom I wanted to take care of, but I don't have money. What I am supposed to do? हाँ कुछ नहीं, उसमें से आप क्लीन करो कि किस क्लाइंट को या किस बिजनेस को आप ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी देने चाहते हो. और उसमें से आई लव दैट आइडिया ऑफ 5%. आप जितना भी क्लाइंट पे कमाते हो उसका 5% यू इन्वेस्ट इन गिविंग देम एन एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ समथिंग व्हिच इज absolutely magnificent. So somewhere this is amazing. I love that idea. The referral factory, when you know that everything matters, that every move counts as much as others, you will begin living a life of permanent purpose. So ask as Clint Benson and Sheldon says in the book Raving Fence, a revolutionary approach of customer services. वो बोलते हैं कि भाई रेफरल, इट्स आल्सो ग्रिफलेज क्रिएट्स अ रेफरल फैक्ट्री. सो वो बोलते हैं कि अगर फॉर एग्जांपल आपने किसी ने बुक दिया, आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, ये जो मेरे साथ हुआ है ये रिलेट करके. सो देयर वाज वन क्लाइंट हु गिव मी अ कॉल एंड ही वांटेड टू मीट मी. सो आई जस्ट आस्क्ड हिम कि कैसे आपको रेफरल मिला. तो उसने बोला कि आई विल अगेन नॉट नेम बोथ ऑफ देम बिकॉज़ दे आर बोथ वेरी HNI ऑफ सूरत पर्सनालिटी. सो उसने बोला कि आपकी बुक है ना वो पढ़ रहे थे, एंड तो उसने बोला कि अगर वो बुक पढ़ रहे थे तो कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा होगा कि मुझे आपको मिलना चाहिए, एंड वी गॉट अ बिजनेस आउट ऑफ इट. There are certain things which, वो अगर उसके पास होगा, so generally what happens if that person is using that thing, if there are two things which can happen. One, he will tell the opposite person ki, see, this is the guy who gave me this gift, and your name will be talked across. Or secondly, or he will ask कि ये किसने दिया, and he will ask कि हाँ इसने दिया. So in both of the case, your name will be talked of, and you will get a more referral as a business. So again, whatever you give has to be having a long shelf life, which eventually can create a more referral, which is generally like revolving fan. If you give, it revolves 24 hours to give you more referrals. Again, it's matter of cultivating revolving fans, जो हमने बात की. I'm talking about spending a straw ball of a cozy CEO to get on his attention. I'm talking about making a first class impression about you have met face to face. The higher up the food chain you go, the busier people are. मीन्स आप जितना HNI पे ऊपर जाना चाहते हो, उतना हार्ड है उसके साथ टाइम लेना, उसके साथ बात करना. दूसरा, आप जो सर्विसेज पिच कर रहे हो, शायद उसको 50 लोगों ने वो सर्विसेज पिच किया है. तो वो कैसे आपको रिमेंबर करेगा? हाउ दैट पर्सन विल रिमेंबर यू, एंड दैट्स हाउ द गिफ्ट कम्स टू प्लेस. Frankly, they have seen and heard it all. They've experienced countless pitches from people trying to earn their businesses. So to score a meeting with them seems next to impossible. Like for example, I really have this envisaged point of managing funds of Shah Rukh Khan. Now, come on, that's a dream client list. Now how I can do that? So this book had given a point that I know there are success stories of cold emailing or cold calling, but that's certainly not the norm. Even highest high level gifting doesn't have a 100% closing rate, but our experience shows that it is significantly increase the likelihood, especially when. So I'll give you an example. uh, uh, so I wanted to thank Rakesh Junjunwala and Utpal Sheth for being giving such an amazing wisdom to us over all the period. So I wanted to gift him something. So what should I gift him? What should I gift him? What should I gift him? It was taking one month or so. And then one of my friend Bunking, who has an innovative gifting solution in Ahmedabad, came down with a very innovative Ramayana, very innovative book of Ramayana. This big book costing a heck lot of money. So I thought this is something this guy will not get, and I asked him that will you courier it, and he told yes, of course he will courier. And then I got a call revert from their office that they were so happy to get something which is especially, and they will keep this forever in their office. I don't know. This has created because there was no expectation of sales from this, but kahi na kahi एक impact. So when I next met Utpal Sheth, he was onto the word that okay fine, I still remember a Ramayana which you have given, something which is exceptional. This is what I'm talking on gift for. Wow, this person is persistent. She must have something important to say. This is usually done on the stage. So they say that you till you don't get an appointment from that person, you should send them gift. Of course, it should not be like very hard thing. Har mahine kuch na kuch. One day he will find and he will tell that okay fine, I'm open to meet you with an open mind. So that's how this business works. Retention and loyalty. Gifting isn't isolated or external business. In fact, it is internal business, integral business of your internal business also. So they say that you need to give gifts to your employees also. Gifts which are out of your birthday, something they have done good. Of course, promotion or ye to sab hoga hi, incentive hoga. But what more you can give gift to the person, and it should be merely a surprise. There is a ridiculous simple solution to this. Treat your employees like gold, as if they are the most precious commodity your business could ever have. And if they, so I tell everyone this, this is a very specific dialogue for me, and you will get clients, you will not get employees in next 10 years. So that's how the employees are gold for any of the organization. Don't wait until they announce they have leaving to throw them a party. Throw a party of hiring them. Agar they are recruiting, you throw up a party for him, and make them feel that they are so special. And if they feel they are special, eventually aapki company wo bhi special mein lega, and he would create more of the great businesses. You have got on board your employee just as on board your clients, actively doing things and encouraging them. And loyalty means generally, ये मेरे साथ भी होता है. I ensure कि आपके साथ भी होता होगा. Once a client pimps in, अगर आ जाता है, when he onboards your business, then generally your touch gets very shallow with him or her. And that's the time you have to give more touch to that person, and specifically give them a point of, how you encourage loyalty to them. By, it's not only about giving hamare business mein, it's not only about giving business gifts, but giving them something which is special. I'll give you an example. So there was one of the client, of course, we were investing, he has invested huge with us, and one fine day I asked him that आप कहाँ पे आपका पैसा जा रहा है, and he told me that he has this obscure policy, life insurance policy, and he invests so much into it. And मैंने उसको बोला कि आप, why you are planning for your death? And when he came out with everything, he found that it was one of the worst investment decisions he has done, of investing in that policy. I'll not take the company's name or somebody who has sold the policy for sure, but then he had eroded his 50% of the wealth by only investing in that policy. And he would have got that amount of what was been given to them after when he turns 100 years, and eventually that is 99% not possible. So the point was that you give more than what you can deliver. Meet more, talk to them more, give them the services, create a value addition to them, and eventually your company value will increase. So it's a simple statement. If you create value addition to your clients, your company value creation increases. As soon, it's like just a karma thing. I don't have that many employees, but it is a top priority for me to treat each of them and their families like gold. In fact, we sent a gift for his spouse right after we hire a new employee. So this was something again magnificent. Now, can you imagine, like for example, if you recruit somebody and you send a spouse for a gift for his or her spouse, it looks so beautiful because his or her spouse is also happy that he has joined that company. Brilliant. Most people want to have a purpose that is meaningful and acknowledged, and one way we can honor this is by gifting. In turn, the gift becomes the artifact of the relationship. We are all human beings who want to be treated as individuals, respect and appreciated for the work we do. When you surprise and delight your employees, they get something that is personal, world class, with the values you thought of a company. When you embody the kind of mentality, employees will be loyal and will work more. So for example, उसने अच्छा काम किया, think what you can gift him to do that. This happens a lot in US. अगर आपको याद हो, if you watched a movie called Wall Street, anybody who has seen the first Wall Street, not Wolf of Wall Street, the Michael Douglas 1989 Wall Street, only the Wall Street. Please, if you can raise the hand if you watched that Wall Street. So if you watch that Wall Street movie, उसमें the Bud Fox uh, he wants to meet this Gordon Gekko, who is like the biggest trader and investor of Wall Street. So उसको मिलना है, तो उसको पास क्या लेके जाए, उसको मिलना है कौन से एग्जाम, वहां पे सोशल मीडिया तो था नहीं तब. तो he gets the one of the best cigars he cannot get anywhere, and he is a cigar smoker, and he gets it, and he gets the first go to meet Mr. Gordon Gekko. अगर आपने नहीं देखा है, that's a must watch movie, and maybe it's available on Netflix and Amazon for sure. Tangible gifts throughout the year are very subtle way to communicate that your employee are valued. When they feel valued, they respond according to their job, their responsibility, and their accountability. So the relationship roadmap: give what you have to someone. It may be better than you dare to think. Who are your key stakeholder? Take a minute and think seriously about that. Who have helped you? Who are the people who can help you in coming back? And who are the people who will create, who will be person के जो आपको आगे बढ़ा सकता है? Then ask yourself, have I done everything I can show them how much important they are into me in a tangible way? Means आपने उसको thank you बोला, उसने आपको hug दिया, आपने उसको raise praise दिया, आपने उसको बोला कि सर आप मेरे गुरु हो. ये सब intangible है जो आप छू नहीं सकते हो, and there are tangible things जो आप छू सकते हो. तो आपने कितना उसको tangible चीज देके prove किया कि भाई no, you are one of them whom I would adore to adopt. So one way you can do this is by keeping a generosity journal. ये बहुत important है, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, और मैं आपको journal भी दूंगा. So don't exit from it's the last thing I'll share you how to write the journal. So when you write a gratitude journal, और जिसमें आप उसको gratitude दे रहे हो, उसको आप try करो कि आप कुछ उसको tangible gift दो that can help him or her across, just to give them a love for them कि भाई नहीं, I love you and that's the reason I'm giving you this gift. And I'm sure this is going to be a super thing for the next 30 days. From tomorrow, when you write something good for someone, I'm sure this is going to be an exceptionally way. Of them, pick at least one every day that you will be personally call or send a thank you note or gift to. Remember, it's not the thought that counts, but it's the thoughtful. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. कहाँ गया हम? तो यही होता है when you write it on books. I think so. We were here. Yeah, we are here. It's not the thought that counts, but it's the thoughtful thought that counts. I view someone's current value the same way I would look at investing in the stock markets. Means आप उसको ऐसे ही दो कुछ कि आप स्टॉक मार्केट में जब इन्वेस्ट करते हो तो कैसे करते हो कि आज ये वैल्यू है कल ये वैल्यू हो सकता है. So आप वही वैल्यू पे उसको काउंटर फिट करो and then you can give a gift to him or her. The importance of inner circle. It is easier to take than to give. It's nobler to give them than to take. The thrill of taking last a day, the thrilling of giving last a lifetime. Means agar if you give, it's a lifetime for them. And if you take, it's not for them, it could be the last time. Many people aren't able to see how a client's inner circle is inherently linked to their bottom line. Means again a referral we are talking for. Make them heroes of their kids. Before I tell you the following story, always be aware that you must exercise a fair amount of caution when gifting to someone kids. My advice is to wait until you have developed a pretty strong relationship with your client before going there on road. Means generally you give them gifts on to their kids, to the family members. Here the story is, I'll put it on to simple thing. So he found this clients going to maybe Disney World, और डिज्नी वर्ल्ड में इसने जो ऑथर है उसने फोन किया और कोई कांटेक्ट लगाया एंड फॉर द किड्स ही स्पेशली मेड अ होल डिफरेंट गुडीज का एक पैक लिया जो $300 का था. उसमें फ्लावर कैंडीज चॉकलेट्स डाला एंड दे वर क्रेजी. सो and note from Mickey Mouse. So for kids it's so special, and they had remembered this for a lifetime period of lifetime. One of the greatest gifts since is not tailoring the gift to reflect the receiver. When you don't, you end up with something that devoid of feeling. Make that person feel like just one in a million. Means वो बोलते हैं कि कॉमन चीज हो वो आप मत दो उसको, कि जो वंस इन अ मिलियन सबके पास है उसके पास भी है. You give them very specific things that create a last long impression. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. If you are claiming that your product or services is best in class, then your gift should be too. Means agar aap, I'll not name the company, so we work with a company, and I think so you'll guess it, so I'll make it something a bit of here and there. So last month we did the biggest business with that company. So they gave us a gift. Now the amount of the biggest business comes in, they would have earned in five zeros. I'm talking, no, five zeros, six zeros maybe they would have earned for. And they had sent a gift, which I had called that person and told that, why you send this gift? Why you send this? And he told that it's because you've done the best business. And I told what I'll do with this gift. And he told, I'll just give you an example. I'm not telling I'm not being religious or something like that. So that person sent a gift of Krishna, means a frame of Krishna and stuffs like that. And he told me in the second phone that, oh shit, I forgot you had Jain. So this is not doing the right maths for you, and not doing the right counter check and sending the gift just because you're sending to everyone, you're sending to that person. Honestly, I'd given this gift to someone and told that if you want, you can keep it at home. I'll not keep it. It's not because I'll just put again, it's not because of the God or something like that. I respect every religion. I'm a fan of Bhagavad Gita. But the point is that because this was one of the kind, it was nothing special. And that person, in the other hand, has earned more than six zeros from the deal. So, you have if you think that you give world class services and product to the client, your gift should also say the same. Your gift should always align with your core values, because in the end, giving something that reflects a personality of your client in a thoughtful meaning way will ultimately reflect your own characteristic from both a personal and a business perspective. this was one of the example which has happened with me. The problem was not that he had $100 to spend on for each gift, and so he decided to go with a fossil watch. जो मैंने आपको बोला कि एक क्लाइंट था, prior to working to Rulin Group, a client had taken his means उसको उसको कुछ गिफ्ट देना था. Now एक ऑप्शन वो था कि वो $100 का बजट था, तो he could have given a fossil watch, no problems with fossil watch, but this client was onto that zone that he would have worn a Rolex or Omega or certain thing like that. So उसने बोला कि यार $100 की फॉसिल वॉच तो वो देगा नहीं, उससे अच्छा and handcrafted coffee mug which cost him $50, which is extremely customized for that person, that can give a value to that person. And that's how, this is the, I'll give you an example. So I have this mug given by someone. If you, can you watch this mug? Can you watch this mug? So this was a mug which was given by a friend of mine. So now this mug, if you see, this mug is purely a handmade mug. It's nothing very extraordinarily special, but this still is on my desk. The reason is, first of all, it is written Turtle Wealth over here. So it was no marketing of their product. And it was written in investing, what is comfortable is rarely profitable. So this was a quote which was written. And then I have customized name engraved at downside. So now this is my pen stand. I could have used any pen stand, but this was something which was given by my friend, and I really acknowledge it because it was customized and it was made by me. Now, can you imagine? Is this type of things I can get outside? I don't think so. If I get, I don't know. But this was something special. Maybe this could have cost not more than $100, or something who has given me a frame would have cost him $1,000. But this was more customized for me, and that's why I love it, and that's why it's on my desk today. Just it came, I have not planned it, but it just came across to me that what is on my desk. Like for example, there are so many of the things where it is customized on there are some diaries, stuffs like that. This is how it works. Is it truly unique? There is no arguing that handmade is always best. Ideally, you should gift something that you can't find in stores. Imagine sourcing a target means अगर stores में मिल रहा है तो you don't give them to people. और यहाँ पे एक चीज और लिखी गई है कि don't give an high-end technology to them, because most of the people who are specifically into an HNI category will have stuffs like iPhone, iPad, AirPods, MacBook. They will not need it, and most of the time वो करेगा क्या कि वही चीज वो किसी और को दे देंगे, उसके काउंटर पार्टी को, because they already have it. Because see, when you are dealing with somebody who is good with money, you have to give something which he can't buy that with money. And that's very clear. Why? Because उसके पास पैसा है ही. He could have bought it an iPhone. उसके पास 1 लाख का issue नहीं है. He just doesn't need it. That's only maybe the reason. So either it could be an experience, either it could be a handcrafted thing, or either it could be something customized for him or her that is exceptionally he can't find it anywhere else. That's the gift you need to give for people who doesn't have a problem with money. And now comes to a second categorization of the people who cannot buy things. There you can give something with money, but less with an experience. So experience is also good, but something with money. And that's how you create that niche in their hearts and their minds. People appreciate gifts that don't add to the clutter, that they can use and enjoy frequently, even more. So when it is an item that they wouldn't ordinarily buy for themselves. Means ये ऐसी चीज है जो वो खुद अपने लिए buy नहीं कर सकते. Like for example, one of where I have where I have my some services I have taken. They had offered 4 years back. They had offered me an amazing spa. That was an experience at O2. That was an amazing experience. Maybe, excuse me, maybe they would have, they had given me a customized pen. That was an experience. So maybe I could have bought a spa for sure, but I would have not gone it. But that was an experience. Like for example, gifting a spa to your spouse, experience. Maybe they would have loved for a longer period of time. So just an example. Whosoever whoso generously will also reap who sows generously will also reap generously. So your gift should be a conversation starter, something that by its very nature will keep you on the top of someone's mind. Your best gift for ROI is something that's used daily versus dozen times in a year. Means जो रोज use हो सकती है, that creates an highest ROI. Pick a visible item that will be used frequently and find the most exquisite one of its kind that you can afford to gift. The heart that gives gathers. It's understandable why companies tend to gift consumable products around in holidays. Means जो हमने बात किया, गोल्डिया चॉकलेट्स, हनी बिग हैम्स, वो जहाँ पे यूएस में पॉपुलर है, हमारे यहाँ पे ड्राई फ्रूट्स है, और हमारे यहाँ पे चॉकलेट्स एंड स्वीट्स है. मीन्स दिवाली में अगर आप नेक्स्ट टाइम स्वीट दो ना, तो 100 बार सोचना, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी उसके पास पहले तो बहुत सारी स्वीट्स है, ऑलरेडी वो बंदा ने स्वीट खा लिया है, तो वो उसको गिल्ट फील हो रहा है, और आप और स्वीट दे के उसको गिल्ट फील ज्यादा करवा रहे हो. फॉर इट इज इन गिविंग दैट यू रिसीव. At ruling group, we implement what I call planned randomness. Internally we know exactly what we will be gifting a client with our 12-month period. उसका पूरा उसके पास उसका पूरा उसके पास process है. But because the recipient has no idea what coming next to when, it feels very random to them. It's how we are able to perpetuate the idea of surprise and delight is controlled manner. Recently, a client of ours ended up paying more for shipping. Means वो बोलते हैं कि जब भी आप गिफ्ट प्लान करो, तो you should also prepare how you will send that gift. Of course, वो सिटी में है तो वो आप जनरली आप हैंड ड्रिवन करोगे, और आप बाहर गाम है तो आप जनरली विल ट्राई टू गिव इट, कुरियर इट आउट. सो ऐसा ना हो जाए कि यू सेंड इट एट द एंड मोमेंट और आप बहुत एक्सपेंसेस कर दो आपके कुरियर के एक्सपेंसेस में. इट्स बेटर टू गिव देन टू रिसीव. So no one has just a second. No one has ever become poor by giving. My simple but practical advice to give as frequently as you can afford, keeping in mind that it's best to give on fewer occasions but with more extraordinary gifts. A good rule of thumb is to send one gift every month. If you can afford, you can send one gift every month to your prospects or to the business people where you are thought for. Or pick up out 5 people you want to create an amazing post event experience for. So उसमें ये भी बोला गया, आपके पास बहुत आप बड़ा अगर एक इवेंट कर रहे हो, so आप पहले से उसको, जैसे 10-12 लोग हैं, पहले से उसको गिफ्ट भेजो, एंड यू पुट राइट इट डाउन ऑन टू द पॉइंट दैट यू वुड लव टू सी देम एट दिस इवेंट शेयरिंग देयर एक्सपीरियंसेस, समथिंग लाइक दैट. What will happen is that they will for sure come down to your event and they will be part of it. So अगर आप सिर्फ उसको बोलो कि आपको आना है, again that won't make a special point. Maybe that's the reason हम शादी में, बड़ी बड़ी शादी में, ये चांदी का सिक्का या सोने का सिक्का ये सब बेचते हैं, just to give them an experience of they coming to the marriage. One of the best times you can gift someone is when you don't make the deal. Means अगर आपने डील नहीं बनाया है तब आप गिफ्ट कर रहे हो, that is specifically something which he will be reminding it for every time that कि हाँ, they have got the gift. Instead, find another loose ocean to swim in. On Valentine days, send a gift that says we love working with you. सिर्फ क्यों वाइफ को या गर्लफ्रेंड को गिफ्ट देना है, आप और बॉयफ्रेंड को या हस्बैंड को, आप अपने क्लाइंट को भी देख सकते हो कि वी लव वर्किंग विथ यू, एंड दैट इज स्पेसिफिकली सुपीरियर थिंग आई लर्न फॉर. We are lucky to have you as a partner, something like that. They'll remember for every time. Jeffrey Gitomer was a major sales guru whom I met during an event at Arigold was hosting. After hearing him speaking, I followed him up for 18 months with 18 gifts, and he is now a client, a friend, an advocate for us, and we collaborated together on writing a book. Means उसने 18 महीने गिफ्ट भेजा और आज they are his clients. So it works. How much I should give is the number one question, and I am asked regarding कितना देना चाहिए. I think so the biggest thing what I have learned is that this 5% of the rule that makes a lot of sense. 5 to 7% according to your appetite. Remember that slow and steady wins the race. Be patient. Invest in strategic gifting with a long-term view of the future. As you would be worth asset allocation over the time, your investment will naturally compound. I always tell my clients, if you are not willing to commit to 3 years of engaging with us, then I'm not going to guarantee you the results. Means अगर 3 और 5 साल का आपका विजन नहीं है, तो मेरा रिजल्ट भी आपके साथ गारंटी नहीं है. आपके साथ आप मेरे साथ 5 साल गारंटेड हो, तो मेरा रिजल्ट आपके साथ गारंटेड है. It's as simple as it. It's an ironic question because I see companies spending $10 on a brochure. सो वो बोलते हैं कि अगर आपका जो इनविटेशन कार्ड है, बिजनेस कार्ड है, वो भी बहुत बढ़िया होना चाहिए, बिकॉज अगर आप $10 का ब्रोशर करते हो और वो तो डंप हो जाता है, पर इनविटेशन कार्ड वुड बी ऑलवेज विथ हिम. सो ही सॉ अ इनविटेशन कार्ड, business card which is $3. Now $3 is 150 rupees. So or for in US $3 is a very big thing. So अगर आप अपने invitation card you craft something which is very special, this person for the first time will never forget you. अगर आप वही सिंपल कार्ड दोगे, वो वही अपने पे रख देगा, वो वही जाने देगा, but it could be specifically something which is creating a value towards him life, or something which is super. It would be amazing. So start finding cards which can be costly but can create an exceptional value, or your first impression towards any of them you give to. And of course you give generally now cards to the people who are your client, or who could be your prospective clients. To do more for the world than the world does for you, this is success. For the 30 next year, being each morning by thinking about people, जो मैंने बोला कि आपकी लाइफ में किसी ने क्रिएट किया है, आपको कौन से करना है, और then you start giving gift to them. It could be a costly affair, but for sure it could create a lot of profitability over the period of time. It is just like investing. आप आज invest कर रहे हो and you are getting profits over the period of time. Regardless, everything starts from the top of the organization as the leader. If you want employees to treat your customer well, then you have to set the tone of generosity. When you act generous, people take notice. They will being to be appreciated, and then in turn you will want to pay it forward. So generally it has to be a generous thing. So this is all the book all about. There is two things which I really wanted to share of this book, which is specifically an amazing thing. I'll just share with you onto the terms of yeah. So can you see the screen of? So this is the 5 minutes a journal which is been told by the author कि आपको कैसे गिफ्ट की सॉल्यूशन करना है. मैं ये जो चीज़ है मैं चैट बॉक्स में रख रहा हूँ. So for everybody can get this benefit out of it. So ये एक चीज है जो आप कर सकते हो, जो हमने बात की है कि कैसे आप किसी को जनरस होके गिफ्ट दे सकते हो, जैसे जर्नल में रख के. ये एक लिस्ट दिया गया है कि 10 गिफ्ट्स अवॉइड गिविंग की क्लाइंट्स. इंपोर्टेड ट्रिंकर्स, चीप स्टफ फ्रॉम चाइना समथिंग, ये मत दो. ब्रांडेड मर्चेंडाइज है, और आप उसके ऊपर अपना लोगो डाल रहे हो मार्केटिंग टूल में, तो ऐसा मत दो. इजीली अवेलेबल चीज है, ऐसा मत दो. गिफ्ट कार्ड्स मत दो, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आप सेंट्रल का कार्ड देते हो, बिग बाजार का कार्ड देते हो, या Zara का कार्ड देते हो. डोंट गिव गिफ्ट कार्ड्स. डोंट गिव एन एप्पल प्रोडक्ट. जनरली टेक इज ऑलवेज हॉट एंड एप्पल इज अ कॉमन चॉइस. तो इट डिपेंड्स आल्सो, पर जो वो बाय कर सकता है देने में कोई पॉइंट नहीं है. फूड मत दो. Generally certain foods you can come down for, like for example if somebody travels from Kolkata and he brings a special rasagulla, so or a sandesh, so it can be something which is special. He again he can't buy, but which is easily available. There is no point of giving alcohol. No. But yeah, in certain countries alcohol works because they feel it's a sense of respect. Or a bottle of wine, they a very high end bottle of wine. Plants, similar to food that you give for a few impression, plants are also something which is wasted. Again, it can be a good gesture also, like a bamboo plant which is for a longer period of time. पर वो कहाँ रखेंगे, आपको याद रखेंगे या नहीं, that is a question for. Apparels, generally apparel fit नहीं होते हैं, अच्छा लगता है नहीं लगता है किसी को, materials सूट करता है नहीं करता है, so that doesn't go. And money, yes, it is important. और जनरली मोटिवेशन मनी से नहीं होता है. यू फॉर एग्जांपल यू गिव देम कि ये नहीं, ये मनी है, ये 501 रुपए है. जनरली इन मैरिज वी गिव देम कवर. ये 500 रुपए उसको याद भी नहीं होगा पूरी जिंदगी में कि इसने कितना रुपए दिया है. तो पहले तो whenever you give gift, stop giving money to anyone else, because money is not a long lasting impression. It is just your shortcut. आपने मेहनत नहीं की है गिफ्ट में, इसीलिए आप मनी दे रहे हो, और आपको क्लियर होना है. मीन्स कितना रुपए देना है, तो ये शायद शादी में चलो 250 500 1 रुपए देना है. बट यू कैन गेट रियली समथिंग ऑफ 500 रुपीज, a customized thing that he or she would be remembering for a longer period of time. For sure कुछ भी हो, वो 500 रुपए तो याद रखने वाले ही नहीं है, पर शायद ये गिफ्ट याद रख सकते हैं. So on that note, I think so we end up our book review. We will again come to the book review in the next Sunday, and something again very special, again which is very accountable and which is very innovative. So if there is any question or something to discuss, would love to talk with you. Anything you want to talk for, you can raise the hand, or you can put it onto the question and answer, or also onto the chat box. We have anything? Yeah, Rahul, you wanted to ask anything? Your Okay, I don't think so there is any question. I hope it made sense for you, and wish you a good gifting week and month in period of time. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.